Hello and welcome back to the Watford Way. And as you can see, I'm very excited to be making this video today. Now, to give you some context about how this has all developed and what's happened, well, of course, as you can see by the title, Emmanuel Dennis has signed for Watford once again for the second time, this time on loan from Nottingham Forest after they terminated his loan in Turkey. Now, he joins Watford until the end of the season, taking a 70% pay cut, which I think for me, firstly, is testament to his desire to rejoin Watford and play football. And secondly, I think Watford are, again, a fantastic talent. We saw him during his last time at the club, and we'll discuss all of that in just a second. But yeah, to summarise my thoughts and feelings, I'm very excited. I'm very surprised actually about how this all came about and how quickly this transfer develops. Now, last night, or last afternoon, I should say, really, a few accounts on Twitter started throwing some hints around, saying Watford were potentially set to announce a very exciting signing, and that signing looked to be a new striker or a new attacking player. And obviously, when people tweet things like that, along comes a lot of speculation and rumours about who that could be. And usually with these things, I tend to ignore them because they come from accounts who really are not reliable or trustworthy in any way. But there was a few accounts tweeting things where they just caught my eye a little bit. So I kept an eye on social media last night, and Fabrizio Romano comes out a few hours later, just before I got into bed actually, to confirm that Watford had basically agreed a deal with Nottingham Forest to bring Dennis to the club. Again, as I said earlier, terminating his loan over in Turkey, where he's not really had too much game time, and then returning to Watford, where he really, set the league alight, really, the Premier League. He got 10 goals, 6 assists in that season in the Premier League, where we unfortunately got relegated. And yeah, let's talk about his actual talents and what he can bring to this Watford team. Now, I think for me, I have, various, different viewpoints on this signing. The child like person inside me is overjoyed and very excited to see a player who's so talented join Watford again and trying to help us reach them player positions if we can. But equally, the more sensible side and the more considerate side of me says there was rumours, albeit they weren't confirmed, around attitude problems in the training ground and towards previous head coaches as well. And that side of me says, do we want a player like that joining Watford? However, it has also been reported that Valérien Ismaël spoke to Dennis. He was happy with his attitude, happy with his outlook, and excited to work with him going forward for the rest of the season. And so in my opinion, I've seen a few other people say this, if Valérien Ismaël wants Emmanuel Dennis at Watford, I would also love Emmanuel Dennis at Watford. I can't see that there's too many negatives to this deal at all. Watford are not paying his full wages. Reece Healy has departed, Luz has departed. I'm sure that opened up some more budget for Watford to spend, and they've certainly done that by bringing Dennis in on loan. Now, it's reported that Forest, obviously he's signing for a Premier League club, he's on over, I believe, £80,000 a week, which Watford certainly can't afford. But it's good to see, as I mentioned earlier, he has agreed to take a pay cut to come and join the Golden Boys once again, and hopefully get us into the playoff positions. I think for me this shows some ambition from Gino actually, and yes, I know it's not a permanent signing, and I think it was a lot to ask for Dennis to join on a permanent deal since we sold him for such a high transfer fee not too long ago. But I think for me it shows ambition. It brings a bit of that star factor, that star quality, that X factor back to Watford that I feel we lost with the departures of João Pedro and Ismail Assar. The unpredictability of having a quality attacker in your team is exciting stuff. And defensively he offers a lot as well. Very tenacious, very quick, tracks back, and equally he's got a lot of skills, a lot of tricks, a lot of flicks as well. He loves a nutmeg too, Dennis. So I'm sure we're going to be in for a wild ride towards the end of the season. But to summarise my thoughts on the deal, very happy, of course, that Watford and Gino have brought him to the club. Glad to have Dennis back. glad to see he's taken a pay cut as well. And I think this is exactly what Watford needed. Yes, it's another short-term solution, I know, and that's still an issue for me, the fact it is another loan deal. However, you know, if we can sneak into them player positions, and if Emmanuel Dennis can score the crucial goals, you know, it's going to be a very, very exciting second half to the season. And this transfer window has suddenly heated up very, very nicely indeed. So let me know your thoughts on Emmanuel Dennis signing in the comment section below. Are you as happy as me, or are you going to be a little bit more pessimistic and cautious because of the rumours around his time at Watford previously? Let me know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to leave a like on the video as well, it'd be much appreciated, and make sure to subscribe to The Watford Way so you don't miss any of our content going forward. We have match previews, match reactions, live match watch-alongs as well, which I really enjoy doing, and of course transfer updates like the video here today talking about Emmanuel Dennis coming back to Watford. And yeah, let's see what happens. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye bye.